We got a lot of opportunities on the east side. We need to diversify our economic base away from the resort industry. One of the ways we can do that, particularly on the east side, let's build some wind farms and solar farms and wind farms and solar farms and ranches out there. We can start to become energy independent and off of carbon, producing our own energy on that side of the county, and produce jobs and lease payments for people who live out there. So those are the things that I'm particularly concerned about. And to jump back into one thing Doug was saying about the Trump factor, as I said, my opponent is 9 out of 10 in favor of Trump. Trump is a significant danger to this county just on those two issues of climate change and immigration. And anybody who supports a racist demagogue like him that supports those policies doesn't show the good judgment to be an elected official. So that's my pitch.
Electric cars worries me because that would also be the fact that electricity generation here is mostly by coal.
Yes.
So air conditioning, for example, does more damage to global, puts up more greenhouse gases than does driving our vehicles. So if you're getting electric vehicles here, are you getting solar powered charging stations?
That's the whole idea. That is personally, I drive a plug hybrid car that has, in good conditions, about a 20-mile battery range around. When I'm driving around this part of Summit County, I can drive purely on electricity, and I have enough solar panels on my roof to make up all that electricity. And that's part of the plan. I'm not criticizing. That's part of the plan to put more wind power and solar power on the east side of the county that gets pumped into our grid here.
Question.
And as far as your battery issue, the new batteries are lithium-ion batteries, which have some environmental issues with them, but they can be recycled. And when the batteries come out of my car in about 100,000 miles, I'm going to put them in my garage as battery backup, and the beginning of a smart grid for this area, so that we can actually power our way out of the. If you look at the way power demand is, there's a big peak in power demand from about 2 o'clock in the afternoon to about 8 o'clock at night. That's where you have a lot of very dirty energy coming in to provide that surge in power. The more we can create a smart grid with some limited amount of battery backup in people's houses, we can smooth out those peaks in the electricicity demand.
Yeah, I realize that's a very complex issue of how to feed the grid, at the right times. My second thought is half the cause of global warming is not just putting carbon and methane gas in the atmosphere. It's the fact that we're not having enough plant life that takes the carbon back out of the atmosphere. So my big concern here is building all these roads through the forests that are killing all the wildlife that keep our forests moist and healthy and keep the forest from drying out. And if we don't start putting wildlife road crossings across all our roads, so that we're not killing off all the herding animals that keeps our forests safe, then we're going to have climate change no matter what we do as far as carbon emissions. So,
and that's something that issue, but they did kind of listen to us. The county, the roads that go through the county. Questions for our other candidates, or any?
I'm running against Colin DeFord.
Just so who I know who to slam the door.
You don't have to. You don't have to physically injure him. He's actually a nice guy.
Well, that's his problem. He's trying to open my door.
Colin's not bad.
No, I just didn't know who it was.
Yeah.
So.
Robin has a question.
Can you clarify identify the dividing lines between poles and trees? You know,
It's very difficult. In general, yes. Since I ran for Reading's office last year, I know the boundaries in Summit County probably better than he does.
there's no kind of common sense dividing.
Well, the other side of Route 40 is 53. The other side of 224 is 53 until you get to Cutter Lane. And you take a left on Cutter Lane.
Yeah.
The first light up here. Left on Cutter Lane, right on Split Rail Lane, right on Old Ranch Road, I got 224. So that takes part of this part of that. Now, we found out just a few minutes ago. And into the Bittner and Lower and Upper Silver Creek precincts. And there's a really bizarre boundary over there here where the Perrys are. Now they know exactly where it is. And they're about 53.
Yes.
They're about 50 feet from
Yes.
the
Pheasant
53,
Way is the
54 boundary.
dividing line at Bufflehead.
So if we walked across the street, they're in 54. If they come to our house, they're in 53.
It's the gerrymandering here is awful.
Well, I'll tell you a humorous story about that. Mel Brown drew those boundaries. Exactly. Mel Brown drew the boundaries. I ran against him in 2010. He beat me everywhere except Park City. And I think this left Park City, and he was on the district commission and said, I don't want to deal with those people from Park City anymore. So he took Park City out of his district and he gave himself part of Duchesne County instead. And he lost the primary this year by 9 votes. If he had kept Park City in his district, he probably would still be in the legislature.
Communities and towns.
Absolutely.
I know.
We need a nonpartisan commission to draw some stuff like that. My district for the 53 actually goes all the way up to Idaho border. Bear Lake is in it, and then Flaming Gorge over to the Colorado border.
Idaho to Colorado.
We should go fishing someday.
Yeah, it has the best fishing and the best raspberries, and skiing. And skiing.
Actually, the initiative we had back in 09 and 10 was a rules-based initiative to draw the boundaries. And you can actually do it with you can take those rules and you can do it with a computer right now, and not have it be untouched by human beings.
What were the rules?
It had keeping communities together, following natural lines of communication, going from, and if you're going to, obviously you're going to have to divide some communities. So you divide the bigger communities, not the smaller communities. You would divide Salt Lake City, you wouldn't divide Parks, you wouldn't divide Summit County. Yes.
I actually have a request to make. Because of these funny boundaries in major roads in Summit County that are in Park City that don't actually have people living on them where we could slant any signs, we're really in the Kohler campaign especially looking for name recognition because a lot of voters here still don't understand that the incumbent is not running. So people have assumed I'm not going to have anybody to vote for, just like normal, because they gerrymandered my district. This year they have somebody to vote for, but we need to put that Kohler name out there. So we're actually looking for sign locations on anywhere along 224 going into Park City, coming back out. If you live like Silver Springs, even though you're not in Rudy's district, you could put Rudy and Cole signs up on that berm behind you and get both of them taken care of there. One of the issues though is corporations, companies seem to own a lot of the land, so if